What are you doing?
Oh, I'm just trying out Juan Pablo's new sponsor. Welcome to the Rowdy.com Big Three, talking bowling and tiddlywinks with Bassmasters.
Actually, we're talking NASCAR. He's Buck Fever. I am Bassmasters. Jerome Buzz Cutler does bring us today's three questions from the world's greatest sport.
You guys know that we're all big fans of Elliott Sadler here at Rowdy.
Yes,
he
we
is
are.
a fellow Virginian.
Yep.
He is the creator of the bologna
You're
burger.
saying this because we're about to diss Elliott Sadler.
listen to this quote.
I have gotten more phone calls in the last month and a half than I have in 2.5 years. So, yes, people are taking notice. Phone calls not saying, hey, we're going to give you a job, but phone calls going, man, we're proud of you. We knew you could do it. Congratulations, man. Keep hard at it.
Now, I want Elliott to succeed, but what accomplishments is he getting all this praise for?
Stop.
One truck victory?
Stop.
No, he's run well in the trucks and the Nationwide when he's in decent equipment. I think the problem Elliott has is that, he said he's working on a cup ride, possibly a cup ride for next year. But
Look, I'm with Elliott here. He didn't forget how to drive. He didn't. He goes from the Nationwide or the Truck Series over to the Cup Series and across the garage. He doesn't forget how to drive. It's just got a bad situation. I think he can Jamie McMurray himself. He can do it.
look, Jamie McMurray is a great tale, but let's be honest. The chances of Elliott making that same thing come true that's not good. It's not good. The chances of him getting in a cup ride where he can prove that he can still drive are slim. Are slim. And might it even be better for him to get in a Kevin Harvick ride in the Nationwide or Truck Series and kick some butt for a while and try to come back that way? I just think it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for Elliott Sadler to be a factor in Sprint Cup racing ever again. I'm sorry, because like you, I really like Elliott Sadler.
I hate you, but you're right.
Well, I like you, but that's an exaggeration.
All right, let's move on to issue number 2. Kasey Kahne was on the NASCAR teleconference yesterday.
Yes, he was.
Had this to say about forming his team at Red Bull Racing next season.
I want to start out at Daytona as good as anybody, and you need a great team to do that, and I think Red Bull has a lot of good people, so I'm going to be a big part of getting that all set up and kind of see where it's at and start working with some of the guys because, you have to have that if you want to run well. And if I go into next season thinking I can't run well, I might as well just take the year off.
So what's interesting about this to me is that from day one next season, he is going to be a lame duck. Will he have enough time to gel with the new crew chief to build relationships with his team, or is next year just a write-off for Kasey Kahne?
I don't think it's a write-off. I don't think it's a write-off for Kasey Kahne because I think back to Brian Vickers last season making the chase, and this team is further along. I almost look at it from Red Bull's point of view. I'm going to have access to Kasey Kahne. I don't know what his interaction with Hendrick Motorsports is going to be. What if Kenny Francis were to come over there and kind of keep some of that chemistry? What if the Red Bull team were to get their cars back to the way they were when Vickers made the chase last year? Kasey Kahne, in my mind, is still an elite driver. I don't think it's a throwaway year for the dude, and I think Red Bull Racing, with a team of Vickers and Kahne, it's possible. I'm not saying, it's going to happen or it's likely, but I think it's possible that they show up next year and perform pretty well.
It's possible, and Elliott Sadler might also get a great cup ride. But I don't think Kenny Francis is coming over there for 1 year, and I don't think they're going to super gel and be some great team. I just don't see it happening. I will shut my mouth and not say a word for the first 10 races. After 10 races, I'm going to say it's going to be probably over.
I believe in you, Kasey.
All right, let's move on to issue number 3. Here's what Jimmy Johnson had to say recently about drivers hitting hot streaks.
We don't know, and that's why we usually say we're on a roll, we hope it lasts, and when we're not on a roll, just give us some time, we're working hard, we think we'll get it right, because it's just a roller coaster of emotions and technology and finishes and just kind of roll on with it. There really is no clear answer at times, and it makes it even more frustrating. I can imagine how the Roush guys feel, but for us, we've been very fortunate. The bottom hasn't been too far down.
Going into the chase, how important is it for a driver to carry momentum with them?
I say big time. And the reason I say big time is because yesterday I was listening to Kasey Kahne's press conference, and he admitted it. He's like, yes, momentum is big. Yes, having a win is big. Yes, it really fires you up. Yes, even if I got a sprint car win, not a sprint cup win, but a dirt track win, I would take that to cup and I would feel better about myself.
Well, I think it's great. Look, momentum is never bad. It's never bad to be on a hot streak. But I think it's overdone, it's overplayed, and I also think it depends a little bit on which team you're talking about. I don't think the 48 team what they need is they need to figure out how come they don't have the advantage that they had before. I don't think they need their heads screwed on straight to get their confidence back, okay? Another team, maybe the Roush Fenway guys, they've been down for so long that little bit of momentum builds the confidence and gives everyone more of a positive attitude and more of a can-do attitude and less questioning of themselves when they're heading into the playoffs. So I think like a win for, say, the 99 car at Atlanta, for example, would be a lot more important to that team than a win for Jimmy Johnson.
I believe in you, Kasey.
That has been your Rowdy.com Big Three for today. For Buck Fever, I'm Bass Masters. Join us at Rowdy.com. You can comment on this very video, and you can share it. You can click the little Facebook share button.
Zip it over to your Facebook
and tell
page.
all your friends about Rowdy.com, which will only be getting better in the coming weeks and months. For Buck and Cutler
and Momentum.
Bass, and for Momentum. We'll see you next time.
Rowdy.com. Say it like it is.
Say what like it is?
Rowdy.com.